Welcome back, folks, to some more Torment. Are you ready for some lengthy dialogue? I hope so, because we have one more bit of information that we must procure from our buddy Dakon here. Talk to him and tell him there are more things you would like to know. And you want to ask him about the other me, the other incarnation that you once knew. He seemed a little confused at first.
Know that he was different. Know that the differences were not marked on the skin, nor the way of the weapon, nor the attire that cloaked him. Know that he was different in the way, the thought, the means he acted upon his thoughts. He will become sustenance. Know that he saw others and did not see him. He knew only how they could serve him. His heart was treacherous, it was cold, and never did its coldness burn him.
Did it ever touch you, Dakon? Did he betray you? Dakon's blade begins bleeding into a dull, flat black, and you watch as edges like teeth begin sprouting from the edge of the blade. His face clenches, and he speaks through his teeth.
It is not my will, you know of this.
Tell me, Dakon, did he ever betray you?
I surrendered my word to him. I surrendered myself.
What are you talking about?
The people do not allow themselves to be enslaved to another deed or chains. If we find ourselves in such cage, we act to free ourselves. Even if it means we must endure another cage for a time. You performed a great service for me. In doing so, you enslaved me. Blah, blah, blah.
We went over this once. So at this point you want to ask him what service it is that actually chained him. And then ask him how you saved his life. I think I clicked the wrong thing though. Make sure that you click on what chained you and how did I save your life.
Upon the rolling plain of limbo, the people shape cities from chaos with their thoughts. Know that this is no place for a divided mind.
Dakon raises the blade from his shoulder and holds it before him. As he stares at it, it sharpens until it is almost as thin as a piece of paper. Go on.
Divided mind is an unfocused mind.
As Dakon speaks, the edges of the blades corrode slightly, the metal melting along the edges.
Many divided minds may destroy a city.
Go on.
Long have I known the words of Zerthimon. Through my voice, many have come to know the words of Zerthimon. The Zerth protect the community from all threats, whether to the body or the mind. They are the guiding stones in chaos. So it came to pass that I spoke the words Zerthimon without knowing the words of Zerthimon. It came to pass that I no longer knew myself.
So you doubted the words?
No.
Dakon's voice is edged and the blade sharpens in response.
I knew the words. Yet it came into my heart that perhaps others did not know the words of Zerthimon knew them. And so division formed. As my mind became two, my mind became divided. Those that looked to me as guiding stone became divided. Many scores of Githzari, many hundreds of scores of Githzari doubted. Shatkador died that day.
So, those that followed you came to doubt the words, as well as the city was weakened.
The enemies of Zerthimon came. Know that their hatred of his words and the people lent their blades strength. Know that they sensed the weakened city and they brought war with them. Many Githzari drowned in the chaos, and beneath the blades of our enemies. Small bits of metal appear on the surface of the blade, as if it is blistering. No, this happened long ago.
What happened to you?
As I fell from the walls of Shackleton, know that myself was broken, my blade was missed, my mind divided. I was adrift upon limbo seas, and I wished to drown. I died for days, my mind awash in division. When death finally came to me, it wore your skin, and had your voice.
Me?
You asked that I hear you.
As Dakon says the words, your vision bleeds outwards, and a crawling sensation begins to worm its way up through the back of your skull. You feel nauseous for a moment, and your vision is suddenly chaos, smeared, twisted, and you are someplace else, someplace in the past. Surrender to the memory. Everything around you is in turmoil. Your vision is hazy, swirling, dizzying, all at once. There's a mist, pockets of fire, islands of mud, stone, and ice-covered rocks swimming through the plain like fish. impacting and dissolving droplets of water arcing through the howling air and lashing your skin like teeth. You choke back your nausea and steady yourself. This is the plane of limbo. All is chaos, nothing is stable. You focus on dying man that lies before you. This is why you have come to this place. Examine this earth to see if he lives. The man is Githzeri, his body embedded in an earthen pocket that swirls around him. Unconsciously, he has formed a grave from the elements, and though bits of fire and water lick at his face, he does not respond. His hands are ashen, his cold black eyes focusing on nothing. His emaciated frame speaks of starvation, but you know it is the least of his wounds. It is fate that dealt him this mortal blow. In his limp left hand is a twisted mass of metal, its surface having melted around his hand like a gauntlet. As you watch, it steams and hisses like a diseased snake. The Githzeri does not seem to be aware of it, but it is that weapon that has brought you here. Dakon Zertho, Sharak Dalor Derlauni, last wielder of the Karash blade. Know that I have come to you with words of Zerthamon, carved not in chaos, but in stone, carved by the will in an unbroken circle. At the word Zerthamon, Dakon's eyes roll back into their sockets, and they attempt to focus on you. With effort, he cracks his mouth to speak, but only a dry hiss emerges. You bring forth the stone from your pack and hold it before him so he can see it. Know that the words Zerthamon inscribed upon this stone are true, and know that the divided mind need be divided no longer. All you must do is take the stone, and you shall know yourself again. Dakon's eyes flicker over the unbroken circle of Zerthamon, and for a moment you think he might be too close to death to recognize him. Then the right hand twitches, and he pulls it slowly from its earthen prison. The clumps of earth streaming off it become water in Limbo's chaotic winds. The skeletal hands clutch the stone like a drowning man, and his eyes flash. Know that I have saved your life, Dakon, Zerth, of Shaklekdor. Know that you have given me 6,000 XP! And we can finish there. I believe I still have to level my guys, yeah. I gotta level my main dude here, so give me one moment. Alright, here we are in the southwestern part of the Hive. This is the marketplace. You see a dustman in long black robes and a pale face. Unlike the dustman you saw in Mortuary, however, this man looks confused and is glancing about, as if looking for something. When he spots you, he raises his hand to attract your attention. Greetings. The man seems relieved that you are speaking to him. Bows slightly.
Thank you for hearing me, traveler. I am known as Ashmantle, one of the Dustman sect. I was wondering if you could direct me. I don't know the area very well. I'm looking for a certain establishment to bar. Those of the sect frequent. You know of such a place?
You know, there's been talk about a pickpocket masquerading as a dustman around here. Maybe you know him. The man looks at you innocently, but you see him tense up. I'm sorry? Nothing. Farewell. You would have missed it if you hadn't been warned about a dustman pickpocket, but during one of your low bows, you see Ashmantle's hand dart out to your purse. And we will again, like the whore, observe technique. It gives you another 1,200. If you have over 16 wisdom at this point, you'll get 1,250 experience and another +5 to pickpocketing. So I should have a +10 to my pickpocketing skill. Under the pretense of giving him additional directions to places in the Hive, you engage Ashmantle in a light conversation and secretly study his movements. Ashmantle seems to rely primarily on his dustman facade to disarm his victim, and use his frequent bowing motions to cover his pickpocketing attempts. You make a mental note of his technique, just as he makes another attempt to reach into your purse. Grab his hand. Your hand snaps out, but Ashmantle draws back suddenly, and you miss grabbing his wrist. You see his dustman facade crumple. With a frightened look, he runs off. He's not getting too far. Get him! Get him! Get him!
Red, skin fresh, no tail, no feet.
Alright, so I'm not a big pickpocketer, honestly. I mean, yeah, you can get some good items that way, but I do it more for the experience. Free experience. Dakon will be getting a fighter level here shortly. And these guys got a little ways to go. This lady's name is Iron Knolls. Reekwind. Let's talk to Reekwind. This man is looking at you with a strange, bug-eyed stare. His eyes are huge, so huge, they look like they're ready to pop out of the sockets and roll across the cobblestones. He nods eagerly as you approach, bobbing his head like a bird. As you near him, you suddenly notice the smell of urine and shit that surrounds him. God damn, you stink! The man sniffles, wiping his nose on his sleeve, and opens his mouth to reveal black and rotted gums.
Sorry for a coin, sir.
His breath reeks and smells like this man's been eating shit all day long.
Sorry for a coin.
Who are you? God damn, get a breath mint. The man snorts, thick, felt.
Names. Who are you? Who are you?
His head does a slight twitch every time he repeats himself.
Names dangerous. Dangerous.
He glances at the ground and shits the dirt with his foot. Stirs the dirt with his foot. Dangerous.
Knowing a name or being stuck with one is both a mess and trouble.
He looks back up at you.
My name's given name, not one asked for. Reekwind.
Once again, you become conscious of his reeking breath and the smell of urine and feces that surrounds him.
A given name. A given name.
Well, at this point, you can, of course, be mean and say it fits him well. That'll make you more evil. Is that your real name?
No, not my true name.
Reekwind mumbles on, his head twitching.
A true name's a dangerous thing. Gives other powers.
He stares at you with his huge eyes and wags his finger.
Keep your name secret. Keep it close. Never let it out.
What do you mean?
Names are like smells. Names can track you with them.
His eyes are almost popping out of his skull as he coughs. His cough seems to loosen his bowels, for he breaks when loudly, as if to accentuate his point.
If someone knows the true name, it gives them power. Power to hurt.
I don't know my true name. His eyes widen. Seeing his eyeballs bulge even larger makes you uneasy.
Then you are blessed, blessed. Remain nameless, and you shall be a spirit of the plains. Untraceable, untrackable, unseen, undiscovered.
He smacks his gums wetly.
A name chosen, a name given. It allows others to find you and hurt you.
Have you been hurt? He gives you a twitching nod and scratches himself.
Let my name slip once. Once only, once only, once.
His eyes film over as if the memory is painful. He glances at you uneasily.
Tell you the story I can, I will. But 3 coppers must I see.
His His face splits into a smile as he says the words coppers, and his reeking breath hits you like a hammer. So you can give him a copper, or you can lie and say you don't have enough. Very well, there's 3 coppers. He gets into a stance, looks left, looks right, and faces you. His face clenches. With a grunt, he breaks wind again. The smell nearly levels you, but he takes no notice.
Curse thy! Walk the ward in splendor.
He stands up, stiffly, nose high in the air. He saunters back and forth, nodding to the invisible passerby. Riquin freezes, his arms akimbo.
Cross-pathed with a crossed one. Had a looking of a pumpkin thief, curses.
Riquin then thrusts his belly out as to appear fat and slicks back his hair with his filthy palms so he looks almost bald. He begins drumming his fingers on his fat belly. He then walks about, circling the spot where his stuffy upper-class persona used to be.
All the dumble with curses this one was.
With a sneer and careless gesture, Riquin tosses an invisible curse at the stuffy persona.
Knew my name, let it slip. I had all it took it all.
He stiffens up again, inhaling deeply and resuming his upper-class persona. The persona suddenly crumples, and Riquin breaks wind violently. Filling the air with his foul, reeking breath.
Cursed with stenches, smells, excrement. Came here to tell tales, all good for now.
Now Riquin is the name.
Give a name.
I see. I have some other questions. I'll give that motherfucker enough copper. That's the story of Fart Boy over there. Hope you enjoyed my sound effects. Grtic. See a huge man watching the area with tight-lipped frown and narrowed eyes. He is hunched slightly as if bearing a heavy load on his shoulders. The unpleasant smell of sweat and dirt wafts from his clothes. Greetings. The man glances down at you. Frown deepens. Aye. What you sniffing around here for? You Grtic?
Mayhap.
He studies your face, as if trying to recall you.
If I am, what be it to ye?
I come with the message from Bane the Sender. The message states the shipment must be incursed by the 3rd day, or there will be a penalty.
By the hells! They be such fools that they think they can miracle it there?
All right then, your message was found its way to the right ears, for all good it will do. What's the problem?
Lagrange!
Grtic nods at the laborers in the marketplace and scowls.
These laggards and half-wits can barely keep up with the load as it stands. Now it needs doing in half the time.
You need any help?
I tell you what, all my men showed up for work. Julial's gone missing since this morning. I need him back now.
July? Where did he go?
July? I don't know what the fuck is say his gay name. That half-bred goat is probably passed out in the street somewhere by the schmoldering corpse. He should be a help in the worthless sod.
I could go find him for you.
Oh, you could you?
Grtic squints at you.
And now, why would you do that?
You need the help, don't you? Doesn't sound like you could spare the time to go look for him. There's work to be done. He's silent for a moment, then nods.
Hey, you find July. Tell him to drag his worthless bub-ridden ass here. I'll pay you for your trouble.
He frowns.
When you found him, now get!
And of course, we've already met July, or whatever his name is. He's back to the right. So I suppose we could run back there and get him, since it's right in the next screen here. Gotta make a habit of saving in case this game decides to crap out on me.
The Dakon run, he's like a Kenyan.
bastard go? I didn't accidentally kill him, did I? That wouldn't surprise me. There he is. See a thin man with stained clothes and a hooked nose. Are you July? If so, Grtic needs you back at the marketplace. Grtic? The man's eyes widened. Oh, Grtic, me can boss, I can tell him, can bike off in this filthy dog. The cur of the lowest sort. July is not working for him anymore. He jabs with his finger. Tell him not. I'll tell him from a distance. Now our little fucking messenger boy. Talk to Grtic again and give him the ill news. I found July. Is that right? Where has he done? I said to bike off. You are a cur of the lowest sort, and he wasn't going to work for you any longer. Motherfucker! Grtic's face turns a bright red. His face cracks into a snarl. Damned to be his name! May all the evils of the plains hound his footsteps. The blistering stream of insults, threats, and speculation about July's family roots issues from Grtic's mouth. Ooh! Morty clicks his teeth together as Grtic builds up steam. You can almost hear him taking notes inside his skull. Grtic finishes his tirade with a grunt. Damn that July! You know, I could fill in if you need help. Grtic studies you a moment. Yeah, you couldn't. He suddenly falls silent. Well, mayhap you can. It's hard work. There's no drinking on my watch. So we'll help him out. The work is long, but in the end of the shift, you are not at least a bit tired. Grtic grunts as you return. You did well enough. Here's your pay. He tosses you a handful of coins. Now get, we have no more use for you. So you can get paid there. Since my strength is so low, I didn't probably get too much, but honestly, you can only get 30 copper if you have above, I think, 16 strength anyway, so not a big deal. Just helping a fellow buddy out. That's a fine one. The big ass city. Trying to uncover some of it here. Well, we got some action. Attack, you goobers. Need to find me a merchant real quick. There's a the merchant. See if he wants to buy some of this shit.
I have all manners of delicacies to delight your palate, my good man. Arborean fire seeds, garbar roots, Elysian pears, crimson lotus petals, Bitopian shepherd's bread, shift spice from the chaos of limbo, and sea plums are what I have at the moment. Merely 5 coppers.
Oh, I just wanted to sell you all my shit. Alright, well, that didn't work out. There we go. And we got some weapons to sell and some runes. I could sell that. That needs to be identified. For 100 coppers. Fuck it. The Mage's Guard. Usable only by mages. Considered standard equipment for any adventuring mage, bracelets such as this can be found across the plains. Judging by the markings on the particular bracelet, it appears to have been made in a style quite common to sigil. Various glyphs of warding are meticulously carved along the surface, producing an almost hypnotic effect when looked at. When worn, this bracelet protects the wearer from normal attacks, as if they were wearing scale armor. Alright, I should be able to give that to Dakon. Alright, he'll wear it. Too far away. Get your monkey ass over here. I don't think we need this shit anymore, right? Scalpel. Yeah, I don't think we need a scalpel. I like that silver ring. I'm going to put that on. Definitely hanging on to my key. I don't need this book anymore. Never known we might need that. It's a magical dagger. I don't want to sell that. There's got to be a way to identify without having to pay. I just need to figure it out. He can't help with that anyways. So let's get Dakon over here so we can give him the Mage's Guard. His armor class is going from 2 to 2. What the fuck is the point of that? Oh well. Keep it for safekeeping for now. Still haven't decided if I want to make my nameless one a fighter. I can still go fighter at this point with enough bonuses and both. Kind Kind of leaning toward mage for now, though. I was a fighter the first time I beat this, and I just was a big dumb brute. I already have a lot of wisdom and intelligence, so I might go that path instead. Go ahead and save now that we've emptied up here. And we'll be back in the next video. Thanks for watching.